Hello, my name is Andy Ternay, and I thank you for visiting my YouTube channel. I am coming to you today from the beautiful Colorado River near Bend, Texas, in Colorado Bend State Park, to talk to you a little bit about the Patreon page that I am launching. Patreon is a platform that allows you to support content creators you like, such as artists or musicians, where you pledge a comfortable monthly amount towards that artist, and in return, not only does that artist get the funding that they need to devote time away from money earning towards their art or creation, they also are able to come up with unique rewards for the people who support them. And I am hoping to start a Patreon page focused on progressive political activism. And what I'm hoping to do with this is to earn the money that otherwise I would have to devote to a job, which may constrict my activities or force me to forego activities I want to be involved in. For example, if I worked for a company that made fracking chemicals for oil field, I would not be out talking about the dangers of fracking. So I'm hoping to get the freedom to talk about the topics that are important without economic constraints. But when I first brought this up, a big question arose, and that was, if you're going to be doing progressive activism, shouldn't that be something people of color should be doing, especially if race is going to be a focus of yours? And my answer to that is absolutely yes. People of color should be directing and guiding the conversation on race. However, that won't be the sole focus of my progressive political activism. And my other answer to that is, because one person speaks should not mean another person is silenced. But if you look over at our counterparts on the other side, the right wing, you will see that they fund everyone from white supremacists all the way up to nice, moderate, conservative businessmen. They fund activists. On our side of the political spectrum, we barely fund our own candidates. You know, there really isn't an investment in the liberal side on think tanks or on activists. And I think where it begins is we've got to fund our activists. We've got to fund the people who want to spend their time speaking out on progressive issues. Why me in particular? Well, one of the reasons is I'm actually not a recent convert to political activism. I actually got involved in 1987 in my first state representative's race in Texas, and I remained very active throughout college. I actually managed to make some national newspapers with some of the activism I got involved in. And then I kind of fell off the radar. Some of that was going to law school, some of that was becoming an alcoholic. But the upshot is, about 15 years ago, I landed a really good job with a very conservative company. And when I was politically active while in this company, I would quietly be told that wasn't really appropriate and it wasn't approved or appreciated. Well, as you know, I wore a "fuck Trump" and "fuck you for voting for him" t-shirt with a "fuck the racist alt-right" on the back, and that was enough for them to say, we're done. But that frees me to do new things. While I worked for that conservative company, I was still active You know, I campaigned for Barack Obama. I was a Democratic precinct chair in Garland, Texas for the 2008 race. I was very active with the Bernie Sanders campaign. And when Bernie lost, I was happy to transition over to Hillary Clinton's campaign and work for her. So I've remained active, but I really felt like I kind of censored myself during those times. And now I'm free to do what I want. And I'd like to do so without the constraints of another employer who may frown on my activity, something that seems particularly likely as I'm based in Texas. The other thing I wanted to address is that I kind of want to target an audience of people who are, like me, white. And these are people who are slowly being indoctrinated into conservatism and racism by the endless barrage of propaganda saying immigrants are bad and dangerous, that black people commit crimes and aren't as intelligent. These are things I want to combat. These are things they are hearing daily on sources like Fox News, Breitbart, and so on. I want to provide a countervailing white voice who will explain the history and the context of all kinds of things, from Viking mythology to the eulogizing of the noble cause of the South, which is entirely myth, to the historical origins of organizations like the Ku Klux Klan. And that's why I'm inviting you to support me on Patreon, because I do think I can provide a unique voice and focus which may reach some of the white people who are slowly being indoctrinated into these hateful ideologies. Please click on the link to my Patreon page. Please consider subscribing and supporting me. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And thank you for your time and your attention.